Good morning and welcome to Conversations at the Corner. Maybe I should say Merry Christmas. We are now into December. Today is Wednesday, December the 3rd. So Pastor Nathan and our listeners, welcome to December and Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, glad to be here.
Pastor Nathan, Thanksgiving is now over. It is behind us. Christmas is approaching, and that means lots of different fun things happening at the church, at home, in our community. Lots of fun, festive, holiday-filled Christmas things going on.
Yep.
So before we jump into the question of the day, I want to take just a quick second and remind our listeners about a couple of Christmas things that we have coming up here at church since we're now into December. Don't forget about the Christmas Eve service, obviously on Christmas Eve, and the Christmas dinner. The church Christmas dinner is coming up on the 14th and 5 o'clock. And so we want to make sure just to remind you guys about that because, again, this is a busy time of the year. So Pastor Nathan, we are now into December. And so our question of the day has a Christmas flair.
Oh,
ready?
Just a flair. Okay.
Well, it's very Christmassy, but yeah.
Okay.
Here it is. Okay. So there are some like classic things about Christmas. And for this, I'm talking about there are some classic cartoon specials that come on around Christmas time. So here's my question to you. Which is a more classic Christmas cartoon special? So which one would you prefer to watch? Okay. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
All right.
Frosty the Snowman.
Okay.
Or Charlie Brown's Christmas.
I feel like
they're all classics.
Yeah, they are all classics. Frosty's out. I never cared about Frosty that much.
Okay.
So Frosty's gone. Charlie Brown Christmas is one of those ones where I feel like that's what I should pick as a pastor because it has a really good gospel message. I mean, and it's a fun program too. But I got to go with Rudolph. Rudolph is really my favorite. Yukon Cornelius, The Abominable Snowman, The Island of Misfit Toys, like all that stuff is just so fun.
Nobody knows what a dentist is.
Yeah, and memorable. Yeah, a dentist elf. Yeah, all that stuff is just so fun and kind of weird. And I think my memory of that is a little bit more solid.
Yeah.
And I think I would just enjoy it a little bit more. And they're both great.
Have you seen any of those in like a long time? Because they usually come on like CBS or something like that.
Yeah, so this is what's interesting is that, now other than sports, I don't really watch any live TV at all.
Okay.
So I'm kind of feel like a parental failure right now because I haven't shown my kids some of these, which I guess I should.
These classics.
Yeah. Then I'll probably show it to them and they'll be like, oh, that was boring, Dad.
Yeah.
But,
should have showed it to them 3 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of them in a long while.
Okay. So you're going to go with, out of the three, you're going to go with Rudolph.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rudolph.
All right. So I'm going to agree and say Rudolph for me. To me, Charlie Brown, I threw that one out immediately because, to be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen the Charlie Brown Christmas, or if I have, it's been years ago.
Okay, that needs to be corrected.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you're one to give me lectures when you haven't seen these in years. You're probably right there. I probably should see it. So for me, it's Frosty or Rudolph, but Rudolph wins. I like Frosty, but and I agree, Rudolph is cool, but the claymation thing, it's like weird and like, what is this? But I think it's a classic, so I think I got to go Rudolph.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. We are now into December, and so what we wanted to do is we wanted to kind of just change it up when we do want to do serious and fun. We will not, just so our listeners know, we will not have podcast episodes the last 2 Wednesdays of the month. The fourth Wednesday is Christmas Eve, and the fifth Wednesday is New Year's Eve. So this will just be 3 podcasts this month, the 3rd, the 10th, and the 17th. So I want to let you guys know that ahead of time. So Pastor Nathan, as we begin December, why don't you share with our listeners kind of what we wanted to do with December and kind of lay out the month, and then why don't you just go ahead and take us into today?
Yeah, so it's December, so we're talking about Christmas. That's the obvious big tent sort of theme. So the way that we're going to do this is this week we're going to talk about Christmas stressors, about how some elements of the holiday season really are actually stressful and not enjoyable. Then next week, we'll talk about Christmas, like fun and joy. So what are the things about the Christmas holiday season, all of that we love, that we just enjoy, that are memorable to us, all of that type of thing. And then on our third week, I'm going to do a little kind of devotional on the most exciting thing in Scripture for most people, which is Matthew's genealogy. So I'm gonna do a devotional on that, which I think it actually will be really fun and cool. But that's kind of the roadmap for where we're at right now.
So you just turned off half of our listeners with that plug for week 3. But let me just remind people, Pastor Nathan is a great teacher, and he takes things that other people may think are boring or not important, and he shows why they are important, and he spins them in a really cool light.
No, I think it'll be really fun. Don't check out on that one.
Yes, don't check out. So what are we going to do today?
So today is Christmas stressors. So let's just start out with this. Let's admit that the holidays, I think, unless you're a kid. Now here's the thing about being a kid. When you're a kid, everybody always says like, oh, back in my day, everything was so innocent and great and everything was better. And my response to that is, no, you were ignorant. Like when you're a kid, you don't know anything. You're just kind of living in your little bubble and you have your happy little life and everything. So, but once you get older, especially I think as an adult, the holiday season can be stressful. There's elements of it that are not enjoyable, that are frustrating, that you don't know what to do with. So let's just start out with this.
So then let me ask you this then before we jump into this. I'm sorry to cut you off, but as an adult, would you say that Christmas truly is the most wonderful time of the year?
Not for me.
Okay.
I mean, no. I'm not that. There are some people I think who have reason to be very stressed out by the holiday season. I'm only a little bit stressed out by it. And I'll actually hit on the thing that stresses me out about it most right now.
Yeah, let's jump into it. Go for it.
Right out the gate. I just don't like the fact that all of these holidays, you think about Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, are all just kind of like jam-packed in a very close
6-week span.
In like a 6-week span. So it's like you got to run and you got to see your family. And for me, my family doesn't live in town, and we've that's pretty much always the way it's been for us. So it's like, okay, we've got to run this year. We're going to go to Michigan. And not only that, now we have birthdays. We have a lot of family birthdays. So Wallace, my oldest son, his birthday is in mid-November. I've got cousins who have a birthday, or Wallace's cousin has a birthday on November 10th. So the way that it runs for our family is Wallace's birthday, which is coming up. We're recording in November right now, but it's coming up real soon. So we're going to do Wallace's birthday. Then we're going to go to Michigan for Thanksgiving. Then we're going to come back. We're going to have like a week-ish or so. Then we've got to go to Charlotte for his cousin's birthday. Then we got to come back. We've got like a week and a half or so. And then we got to go to Charlotte again and then come back. And then my younger son, Graham, has a birthday in January. So it's kind of like it just gets all jam-packed, and I don't like that. I feel like you can't breathe. You're just running around everywhere.
Spread it out.
Yeah, spread it out a little bit. So, and I was talking to Olivia about that, how it just feels like it's a gauntlet. Like you have to get through it, and then when January comes, it's like just I'm done.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I don't know. How about you? Does the holiday season ever feel chaotic to you, or no?
I'm sure that it does. I move past one thing and onto the next thing pretty quickly, so I don't remember a lot of like Christmases past as far as the chaos and all that. I know that with the events at church and family, that sometimes it can feel that way. I think a couple of years ago, Samantha might have been sick around Christmas, and it was Christmas Eve after the Christmas Eve service. Where like I was like trying to get like stocking things or stuff for Christmas Eve, like snacks after church or whatever. And I ended up at like Dollar General because everything else was closed.
Right.
That was a little bit stressful that night. I think, and you know what? I think if I remember correctly, that was the Christmas Eve that the pipes burst in the church.
So that
and we had to cancel service, and we were like rushing water out the door, and it was freezing outside, like freezing cold. So literally the water was freezing out there. And then after dealing with that, then I had to try to find an open place, which was my own fault for not doing it sooner.
Yeah. But still, that's part of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, as far as, so most of your family is pretty close by, so you're not having to do as much travel. So that is probably helpful.
We used to travel a lot around the holidays.
Okay.
Yeah. either Thanksgiving or Christmas. I kind of miss that.
Oh, all
But,
right.
it's probably nice not to have to do it.
Okay.
My sister lives outside of Atlanta, and so they come in Christmas or Thanksgiving. It kind of alternates between years.
Yep.
So they'll be in for Christmas this year. But now that their kids are a little bit older, they're staying at home for Christmas, so they'll be in like the 27th or something like that.
Okay, they won't
Spend
be right
about
away.
a week here.
Yeah.
But yes, but Christmas is full of chaos. And sometimes really our attitude is just we're trying to survive Christmas.
Right. Well, and you even mentioned, from a pastoral perspective, and if you're involved in a church, right before Wallace's birthday, I've got this Reverb event. So I'm going to be staying up all night with teenagers,
Yep.
doing a bunch of whatever. Ugh, it's going to be crazy. I'm saying this from the past, everybody. I probably survived. But then you've got like the kids and the teen Christmas parties. Then you've got Christmas dinner.
Yep.
And not that any of those things are like a huge deal, but a lot of parents might have, we have parents who maybe their kids are in like a parade or something like that. So they've got to do the parades.
Yeah.
Or there's a lot of like dance recitals and Christmas programs that you might have to go to. And so there's always just so much happening in that compressed time period.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're stressed, that's because it's the holidays.
Yeah. So chaos is one of the stressors of Christmas. What else?
So I just kind of have a list here, and this one doesn't apply to everyone,
Okay.
but it would apply to some people. The issue of grief. Okay, so if you have lost a loved one, maybe recently, or maybe even not recently, but sometimes the holiday season is going to be a time where that's when you really miss that loved one. You're thinking about them. Maybe it's like, or maybe it's even the first Christmas, first holiday season without somebody. And so that's strange or difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I guess I can talk a little bit more personally about that this year. This will be the first Christmas without my mom. We're not there yet, so I can't tell you how I did, how I responded, how I thought, what I felt. We haven't passed Christmas yet, so I'm not really sure.
right.
Next year, if you want an update, I can give you an update.
In January,
But
guys.
yeah, but it is. It's this year will be different for me.
Yeah.
It'll be different for our family, and there are other families that this year will be the first for them. Some families are into year 2 or maybe year 20. But yeah, the going through grief at Christmas really can put a stressor maybe, or definitely it kind of dampens the holiday.
Yeah.
And there are things like Grief Share that we've done, especially to do it like kind of Thanksgiving, Christmas time to help people prep for that season without a loved one. But yeah, that can be difficult for sure.
And it may even be not even having lost someone, but you think about, like, let's say you have a brother or sister, or maybe even from your parents or your children, you're estranged from them. So it's like, oh man, it's holiday season. And I know that maybe mom or dad or brother or sister or whatever is still around,
Yeah.
but they're not there.
Yep.
And so that can always be, again, you're right. I think it's not stressful, but it just adds a sort of
Yeah.
sadness
Yeah.
that you're not really supposed to feel, because Christmas time is supposed to be fun.
Yeah. I guess that's why Elvis sang that song, Blue Christmas,
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
because sometimes Christmas isn't all cheerful and wonderful and all that. So, and sometimes if people move too, like cross country or whatever, and this is your first Christmas in a new place, and you don't have family close by, you can't go see them, and you don't really have any friends, and you're kind of alone
Yep.
to spend Christmas together. That could be, it's not grief, but it could kind of be a form of that.
And it is. I think, Thanksgiving and Christmas are both holidays. And maybe any holiday really applies to some degree or another. But the idea is that you're really supposed to spend them with other people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I know it's not an official holiday, but the Super Bowl is one of my favorite times. There was one year, I think it was a year or two after we'd gotten married. I don't know I think Olivia may have gone like on a little trip with her mom and sister. I'm not 100% sure if I remember this correctly, but this was when the Steelers played the Seahawks. I remember it was like 2006.
Oh, that was in Detroit. That
Yes.
Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah.
That one was. But I was by myself. We were kind of new to Charlotte. I didn't really have anybody. I think I might have tried to invite a couple people, but just nothing worked out. And so I just I can't remember if I ordered a pizza or got some snacks and I watched it by myself. And that was kind of depressing to me.
Was it?
Because I feel like you're supposed to, to me, you're supposed to enjoy it with other people.
Yeah.
And that's the way Christmas and Thanksgiving are.
Yeah.
And really every holiday, for the most part, you're supposed to celebrate. You're supposed to enjoy it with other people.
Yeah.
So.
Kind of in community.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Not by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And let's jump to another topic
Sure.
that's
Yep.
a little related to that.
Okay.
So sometimes you might have some grief because you miss a family member. Sometimes you might have some grief or stress because you actually have to see them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So some families, there's dynamics that can be really, really bad. Like even where you're worried about, oh my goodness, are we going to get into fights?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this even going to be pleasant?
Yeah. Are they going to stir the pot on purpose
who's
to
gonna
pick
stir
a
the
fight?
pot?
Yep.
Yeah. And that type of stuff can be really difficult. And especially now, I feel like there's probably a lot of families who are dealing with politics stuff. Well, somebody's going to bring it up. And when they bring it up, and you'll even have family stop talking about that. We don't want to talk about that. We're going to celebrate Thanksgiving or we're going to celebrate Christmas. But no, they gotta talk about it. They gotta bring it up, and everybody's going to get angry and frustrated. And so sometimes there's even just that type of stuff. Like you have to be with your family. Sometimes the relationships aren't good.
Yeah.
But you got to do it. And that's compounded almost, I think, by the fact that you're supposed to be happy.
Yeah. Well, and let me spin it this way too, because sometimes even in great, loving, close families, the dynamics can be, we'll say, stretched a little bit in the fact that, okay, we've all been together for 3 or 4 days now.
Yeah.
And the house feels smaller and smaller, and the kids seem louder and louder.
No, they actually are louder and louder. They don't just seem loud.
So, yeah, but even in situations like where families truly love being together and love each other, there can even be stressful situations in healthy family environments when you've been together 2 or 3 or 4 days straight.
Yeah, you go a little stir crazy.
Yeah.
And so that's when it's good for some, this group of people to go out to a movie or this group of people to go out shopping or just leave dad alone while he watches a football. Leave dad alone while he watches the Lions game on Christmas Day.
Yeah, that actually goes across the board, holiday season or not. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so that's going to be a unique challenge for you and me this year is that the Lions are playing on Christmas Day.
yeah, I think on Netflix.
Yeah,
right?
Netflix.
I don't
so-
have Netflix, so if somebody wants to share their Netflix password with me so I can watch this game, it would be much appreciated.
Yeah. So, my family does. We do, and I'm not sharing my password. We have it. We have it, and my mother-in-law has it because we're going to Charlotte for Thanksgiving.
Well, maybe I'll
Or
ask
for
Debbie
Christmas,
if she'll
sorry.
share it with me if you won't then.
I don't know if she will. But anyway, we're going to go, and so I've actually, Olivia, you're hearing this right now. I might have talked to you about this at this point, but I'm actually thinking about, okay, we're going to spend Christmas morning. We're going to open presents. And we're going to drive to Charlotte. So we got to get to Charlotte before 4:25. But even if I do that, the family's not going to want me to turn on the Lions game because we just got in and they're going to want to eat or do
Maybe you should
whatever
take
they
a
want to do.
detour and have like an early dinner together, like at a Buffalo Wild Wings or something like that.
Are they going to be open? I better research that. Which Buffalo Wild Wings are going to be open?
Oh, that's right, Christmas Day.
Yeah. But maybe there will be one.
Yeah,
And get the Lions game. But anyway, that's a little detour.
Yeah.
But all that stuff can be stressful. Like you're just trying to figure out how to relate to people. You get stir crazy.
Yep.
I know for us, like my kids are loud on their own, but when they get up with their cousins, it gets real crazy.
Yep.
And so it's like they're right on top of you. And that can be tough.
Yep. Absolutely. Any other stressors?
Let's talk about. There's a couple more here I've got listed. We don't have to talk about all of them, but I got a couple more.
Okay.
Gift giving.
Okay.
I find gift giving a little bit stressful
Okay.
because I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
Because I'm just not like, and I don't know, it's just a flaw in me. I really think it's just a deficiency. I don't know how to think about a person and to say, oh yeah, that's what they would want.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person to guess and then to guess correctly. And I'm always kind of like nervous about, well, if I get this, then what are they going to like it or they're not going to like it? And I'm the worst person to get something for because there's always the idea, well, I like books or maybe I, whatever, but you got to get me the right book.
Yeah.
If you get me the wrong book, it's kind of
a waste. So let's play this game. I think this game is going to.
I don't know if I want to play this.
I think this game's going to go okay. I think. All right.
Okay.
So if you and I were going to get each other a Christmas present, what would you get for me? I already know what I would get for you, so I'll tell you first. I think I would just go with an Amazon gift card. Because that way you can search the books you want, you can get what you want. I think that would be the safest, maybe not the most creative or the most thoughtful,
but it's
the
safe.
safest thing. That's what I would do for you.
Yeah. So and for you, I would probably either get a Starbucks gift card or
always a winner.
Yeah, that's safe. I
That is,
know
yep.
that you'll use that. Or maybe I would get you, like we're both Detroit sports fans, so maybe I would get you something related to that.
Like an autographed Barry Sanders jersey.
My budget isn't really that
Can
high.
I find one for $20?
Yeah, it might not be authentic. I can't guarantee.
But you know what? I knew you were going to say a Starbucks gift card. I figured you would. So that's easy. Yeah.
And it is easy, but it's also not exciting.
No.
You know what I mean? Like when you get on Christmas morning and you open up a gift card, it's like, oh, wow. How did you think of that? You know what I mean? And it gets boring for me because I just make an Amazon wish list and I send it.
Yep.
I send it to my family and I'm like, well, this is what I want. And so when I open up, oh, I got that book I wanted.
Yeah.
But it's for them that's easier. I don't know. I think gift giving has I don't want to talk about the past because I didn't live 100 years ago.
Yep.
But it does feel like it's not as much about putting a great amount of thought and like coming up with the perfect gift. It's like, oh, I just know that Pastor Matt likes Starbucks.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yep. And I would be thrilled to open that up. That would be
right. And
that would be good.
And I think that's the challenge is that, if you gave me an Amazon gift card, I would be thrilled.
Yeah.
And I would burn through it in an hour.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't take me any time to figure out what to do with that.
Absolutely.
And but for a gift exchange like on a Christmas morning, that's not exciting. Right. Now that is why I will say I love white elephant gift exchanges. Those are fun because you really don't know what's going on, and it is surprising, and you can kind of watch the dynamics of people, like what they actually want and how they scheme for it. That's fun to me.
Okay. Let's do one more.
Okay,
one more.
Yeah, I do have one more. Financial stress. So this is a little bit related to gift giving.
Yeah.
Every year you look at your pocketbook and you want to get your kids something nice or your parents something nice, or you want to get whoever. You got a shopping list, you got a bunch of people you're buying for, but you only have so much money in your wallet. So that's tough. But not only that, sometimes family dynamics can create an expectation that I will spend X amount, right, or roughly X amount. And then if I don't have the money and I don't spend X amount, then I feel guilty because my family member got me X amount, but I didn't. And so then I'm like, oh, man, but I can't actually afford it. So Christmas becomes kind of expensive. I don't know. It's tough.
And really, the gift of being together really should be good enough for us.
It should be.
I know, like my sister's family and that, like we don't, like my sister and I and our spouses, we don't buy presents for each other anymore.
Yeah.
We just buy for our nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
And we just kind of let it go at that.
Yeah, and I like that.
Yeah. There's nothing really that my sister could get for me, Starbucks gift card. It's always a winner.
Right. And look, I'm not telling this year, I think I finally reached the age where what I want is like socks and underwear.
You know what that means, don't you?
What does it mean?
I think it means that you're old.
Yeah, well, okay. If it is, that's what it means.
Either
that's
you're
fine.
old or you're officially an adult. Let's go with that. That's a little.
Okay,
That's a little nicer.
It took me 45 years.
You're officially an adult. Yeah.
But that's not the kind of thing I can say to my sister-in-law, hey, get me some underwear. No, that's not going to work. So I don't know. It's a weird, gift giving is weird.
Yes.
It's good. It's good, but it's just weird.
Yeah. Some families draw names.
Yeah.
And fun. that helps maybe to alleviate some of that financial stress as well. And then you maybe have a cap, $20, $30, whatever.
I actually think that, I don't think anybody enjoys the process of open negotiations about Christmas presents. It feels weird, but I think it is helpful to say we're only going to spend $25.
Yeah.
And then that way, cool, everybody's on the same playing field.
And I think I'm free to say this. In the office, like you and I as guys, we're like, we don't really care about that. That's not a big deal. But the girls who work in the office, like that's important to them. They like that. Mm-hmm. So we have a compromise that we draw names.
Yep.
And we have like a $25 limit.
Yeah.
And so we're each just buying one gift and you draw names and it's a surprise on our staff meeting day that we do that.
Yep.
Who had me and this is what I got. So there are kind of compromises in that as well.
Yeah. And I think that's fine. It's fun. It's just, it kind of takes some of the magic out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So anything else on Christmas stressors?
No, I just thought it would be kind of fun to chat for a minute or two about and acknowledge the fact that sometimes it's a little bit difficult. We go through the holiday season and you feel like you want to be cheerful, but we're not always.
Yep.
And there are some things that are difficult about it. So that's okay. That's normal.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for prepping for that and for us having that discussion. To our listeners, thank you for joining us today, episode 48. We hope that you enjoyed it. Just as a reminder, don't forget about the Christmas dinner on the 14th at 5 o'clock. Sign up at the Welcome Center. We want you to be a part of that. Thank you for joining us today, and do not let Christmas stress you out. It is a wonderful, magical time of the year, so put some boundaries in place. Enjoy the time and enjoy God's gift of Jesus to us, because really that is what Christmas is all about. So let's not forget that. Let me pray for you. Dear Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for the discussion that Pastor Nathan and I were able to have and our listeners were able to be a part of as we talked about different things that are Christmas stressors. And so, God, I pray that you would help all of us, our listeners and us, Lord, to be able to tackle the Christmas season with love and grace and peace and patience when needed. And Lord, I just pray that you would bless our listeners and help them to have a great Christmas season. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you for joining us. Same time, same channel next week. Keep rolling, Emmanuel.